and welcome to Unity of Bellevue's online celebration, Sunday morning celebration. I welcome you. I'm so grateful that you're joining us this morning. My name is Susan Neidig. I'm a member of the Board of Trustees and one of the prayer chaplains here at Unity of Bellevue. Our beloved Reverend Marla is still on sabbatical, resting, regaining strength. She'll be back before we know it. She'll come back to work September 8th, and we will see her at the celebration service on September 13th. So here at Unity, we are about waking up. We are about expressing God's love through us and as us. Even as we are all separated in different physical spaces, we are one with each other and one with God. There is no separate. There is no other. There is only one. This month, we are enjoying a speaker musician series. So today, Monica McDowell Elvick and I will be presiding over the service, and Becca will be introducing our guest speaker musician this morning. So Becca?
Thanks, Susan. It's a pleasure this morning to introduce my dear friend, Gino Walker. Gino was born in St. Louis, Missouri. She was surrounded by blues, gospel, and jazz, and after years of working between Los Angeles and Las Vegas and touring to support our troops, she felt the call to spread her gift of song in her own spiritual community, which was Agape at the time, and to study some of the great spiritual teachers, Ernest Holmes, Emma Curtis Hopkins, Emmett Fox. And her life has not been the same ever since. Gina's a touring artist, she's an inspirational speaker, and she's landed at San Diego. Right now is the music production director at the Universal Spirit Center. One of her recent projects is entitled Kitchen Conversations. And every first and third Wednesday of the month, she provides a unique opportunity to watch and chat and ask those uncomfortable questions that are needed with a panel of Black Americans discussing their journey and experiences and sharing what it's like being Black in America, with the hopes of educating and inspiring and healing for us all. I met Gino in 2009, and I can tell you that Gino's the real deal. She's truly committed to her spiritual practices and her mission, which is to lift and shift the light of consciousness all over the world through inspired song and word, and to joyfully live her journey, and that's exactly what Gino does. Monica's going to post some links in a minute for Gino in the chat field for people that want to know more about her. In a few minutes, we'll get to hear Gino speak. So beautiful, Gino, how about you start us off with a song?
Good morning, Unity, and thank you, Becca, for that beautiful blessing. It is a joy to be here. So this song is a beautiful beginning to opening. My mind is opening, opening. My mind is opening, opening. I am opening. Now we take it into our heart. My heart is opening, opening. My heart is opening, opening. I am opening. We take this into our world. My world is opening, opening. My world is opening, opening. I am, I am opening. And we fill it with our life. My life is opening, opening. My life is opening, opening. I am, I am, I am opening.
Thank you, Gino. I am opening. Join with me as we turn within in this moment. We give thanks to the great presence that is never in absence. And in this moment of gratitude and thanksgiving, we become more aware of that presence. And that presence is what we call God, God the good, God the one life, the one mind that lives and breathes us all. The source of all abundance, peace, grace, joy, love, and all that is good. We anchor in this one life, confident that all is well. We allow ourselves to be lifted in consciousness, knowing that there is no separate, no other. We are one with God's love. Peace of mind reigns supreme. Joy abounds. Clarity of well-being is ours right now. As we are filled with thanksgiving and gratitude for life. I give thanks for the technology that allows this gathering of this spiritual community. I give thanks for the music, for the message, and for the people who are gathered in this virtual space. I open this service with a grateful heart, and I let it unfold as it shall, knowing that we are open and receive this message. We are receptive to the truth expressed here today. I call it good and very good. And so it is. Amen. So on the screen is our affirmation for today. I'll give you a few minutes to read it, or a few moments silently, then we'll read it together. So please join me in declaring this truth for us today. I am at one with the living one. This indwelling presence is alive, alert, and awake within me. And I open my heart to its divine expression. I live in this promise of unity for myself and for everyone around me, actively creating a life that works for me. I confidently contribute to creating a world that works for everyone. And so it is. I think Gino has another song for us.
Yes. I'm gonna make a change for once in my life. Gonna feel real good Gonna make a difference, gonna make it right. As I turn up my collar on my favorite winter coat, this wind is blowing my mind. I see the kids in the street with not enough to eat. Who am I to be blind, pretending not to see their need? A summer disregard, a broken bottle top, and watchman's soul. They follow each other on the wind, you know. And we got nowhere to go. That's why I want you to know I'm starting with the man in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his ways. And no message could have been any clearer. If we want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and then make a change. Been a victim of a selfish kind of love. It's time that I realize there's some with no home, not a nickel alone. Could it be really me pretending that they're not alone? A willow deeply scarred, somebody's broken heart and washed out dreams. We follow the pattern of the wind to sea, as we got nowhere to be. That's why I'm starting with me. I'm starting with the man in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his ways. And no message could have been any clearer. If we want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and then make a change. I'm starting with the face in the mirror. I'm asking me to change my ways. 'Cause no message could have been any clearer. If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and then make a change. You gotta get it right while you got the time. We can't close our minds. The man in the mirror. I'm asking me to change the ways. And no message could have been any clearer. If we want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and then make that change. Na, 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 na. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Ooh, oh. I'm gonna make a change. You got to make that change. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And let me say thank you again to Monica, Susan, Reverend Marla, please give her my love, and to you, Becca, for inviting me back in this magnificent way to be with you in this virtual heaven of blissfulness and to celebrate, as always, the divine magnificence of spirit. And so I just want to say thank you, thank you, thank you. It is a joy to be here. My talk title today is Where Are You? When that came through, I was like, what are you saying? Where are you? And it took me to this space that where I am, where we are, we're right in the middle of change. And it is a huge change that's taking place. So I know that some of our conversations are, oh, I'll be glad when things get back to the way they were, to the things that I know. But We have come here, when I say we, all of us collectively, I believe that we've all collectively come here at this point, at this time, to shift the entire dynamic of consciousness and the world in which we live in. And with that, that's a change. That's a huge change. I saw this beautiful reading that I wanted to share. It says, change makes us confront the great unknown. It introduces different things into our lives, different places, different ideas, different people. It's all hard to accept at times, and change can often be a little scary. Nothing has ever grown without change. And that's by Bob Riley. And I love that last line, that nothing has ever grown without change. Every day there is a new day. Yet in our life, we feel sometimes that we don't see the newness of the day because we're stuck in yesterday. We're stuck in a conversation that we had. Sometimes it's 2 weeks ago. We're stuck in that conversation, and we're continuing a conversation within our minds that keep us locked in this dynamic of less than. And it keeps us living from a space of not the now, but the past. Or some of us are locked in the future yet to be. In those moments, change becomes extremely difficult because the change that's being called forth is a nowness. It is the opportunity to trust in this now presence in such a way that we let go of the things that have kept us comfortable. We let go of the things that we know. We let go of everything that until this point has gotten us at this moment here and now. And when I say we let go of the anticipation of what we think and how we think it has to unfold. There's a big, beautiful thing in the unknown. When I look at today and asking, where are you? And I was like, yes, I'm dead smack in the middle of change. And change is an unknown place. It is a place that is constant because change is constant. It is a place that, whether we believe it or not, has been prepared for us a way, because the solution is always there. The answers are always there. It takes us sometimes consciously to get up to speed with what is unfolding. So that leaves us in a space sometimes of fear. The almighty fear that is being manipulated right now in every arena that you can take a look at. So sometimes in our news, it puts us in a tailspin where we feel that there just is no answer, that there will be no solution, that the world is going to hell in a basket and it is zooming, baby. But the reality is that the fear is falling away. The speed at which we're moving, you get to pick that. You get to choose that daily by the thoughts that you think and by the things that you spend your time on. A dear friend of mine called me just 3 days ago and was just in a huff over the political climate and the news. And I said hello and was met with, and do you know, and they're doing this, and it was just like a litany of things. So I was like, okay. I put her on speaker and I continued to do what I was doing. And I was actually outside watering plants for my dear friend. And for about, I'm going to say a good 7 minutes, it was nonstop. She was busy sharing what her experience had been at this moment. And at the same time, watering these plants, I was in another moment. I was in a moment with spirit. And when she finished, I was a little distance from the phone because, of course, I didn't get my phone wet. And so I hear her, hello, 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 hello. And everything is just this anxiety, and you can hear the stress in everything that she was saying. And so I said, hold on a moment. And when I got back to the phone, walking the path and looking at the plants, it was this surreal awareness that no matter what, I get to choose. I adore and love her, but I get to choose where my attention is going to be. And so when I got to the phone, I said, take a breath with me. What? Did you hear what I just said? And she started again. I said, hold on, hold on. Take a breath. And like a lot of what's happening now, some of us feel that spirituality is not enough. That God, I know God is all there is, but God's not enough for this. God can't handle this. And so she said, Gino, I don't have time for that. And I said, well, why did you call me? And that silenced her. And there we both were in silence. And finally, she said, I guess I did call you. And we understood, because I'm going to know the truth. Of course, we have our moments and our times, but you called me because you wanted to hear the truth. You wanted to reconnect with the truth. And so I said again, breathe with me. And we took some breaths. And so after the third breath, she said, can we talk about it now? And I said, we can talk about spirit. We can talk about flowers. I said, I'm out here watering flowers right now. It's amazing how they're taking in all this wonderful nourishment. And some of them, the blooms are already starting to open up wider. So she got quiet again. And she said, do you think that being in a garden with flowers is going to help the political climate? And I said, I'm so glad that you asked that. I said, because you're connecting flowers with no value. You're connecting the beauty of spirit that has no value. I said, what the flowers, what they will do for me is keep me connected to spirit, so that when I am speaking with you, no matter what you are saying, I know that God is in you and God is in the politics. I also know that in order for us, to move forward without God, we will end up right back where we are, in a world of chaos and fear and frustration. So will these flowers move me to a solution? Absolutely. Because I am open to receive God in all manner and form. And she was quiet and she started to cry. And she said, but I'm angry. I said, I understand that. And let's get that anger out of the way, because the anger serves a purpose as well. The anger is saying that I have looked away from God and I'm looking at what is, and what is has now become my God. I said, so let us take the breath and recognize that anger is not bad. It is an awareness that there is something going on that I feel that I cannot deal with myself. So once again, where do we go? We go back to source. This change that has taken place over our entire planet, that's what blows my world, is that it's not a section here or there. It's over the entire planet. That we cannot agree on things, but here the planet has agreed on something, that we are all in this thing together. Whether we want to agree to it or not, we are all divinely connected in a way that has awakened us to this point and space that says, you've been calling for change. You've been meditating and praying for in a higher consciousness. It is now time to live in that consciousness. Ha! I love it. To live in this higher vibration that has always been here. And some of us have touched the hem of that vibration from time to time. But now there is this universal call that is expanding us in ways that we do not even know. I shared with some of my friends, I said, do you realize that we're on the precipice of creating a new communication? We don't even have the words or the language for what we are invoking into this divine space and time. I'm like, wow, we are in this wonderful, chaotic whirlwind of what I think a caterpillar might go through before it turns into a butterfly. See, the caterpillar loses every sense of itself that it knew before. It knew being down on the ground and crawling around. It understood that. It had come to accept that. And then somewhere in the midst of the night or in the wee hours of the morning, it started to feel things happening without an explanation, but trusting that this is happening to open me up to a wider presence, never realizing that it was birthing an entire new you. We are birthing an entire new us, a new way that we will communicate with one another, a new way that we will see life. I do realize that everybody doesn't want to go. Some people don't want to be along for the ride for the expansion. So we have people that are leaving us right now at a large, rapid rate. And I say thank you to each of them because they are helping us on the other side to understand, to not be afraid, to open the doorway. There are many of us that are, our hearts are open to receive this dynamic change that's taking place. Where are you? Daily, I have to start asking that question. Where are you, Gino? Where are you today? Where is your thinking right now? Where is your attention? Because in the midst of change, the power of it is so dynamic that it's easy to get lost in the low level fear and doubt and confusion that's going on because no one can explain what's happening. And the only explanation that one can give is one of the old, that is one of fear. And for those with a higher consciousness and vibration, it's not enough. You know that that's not where we need to focus. That is not what is being called forth. Each of us are warriors of change. I believe that we said yes at this time to be fully awakened to what's possible, to be fully present, So once my friend expressed her anger, her frustration, she decided at that moment, I can pray with you. I said, now you're not praying with me. I'm not your God. You must make the choice to connect in with your source. And so, sitting out there, watering the plants, we let the plants lead the prayer. And it was this beautiful, it's almost hard to describe because the water was running, the plants that had been watered, water was falling off of the leaves, and there was a beautiful breeze that came in. And it was so mystical and magical to me. I put her on FaceTime so she could see these plants. And you could hear the wind coming through. It was like this music that we were in harmony with. And she opened her mouth and began to pray. And it was like I was listening to the bells in a Catholic church ringing with the resonance of joy. And as she prayed, you could see the relief and the release that would come. And so after she finished praying, and I just said, and so it is. And she said, you're not going to pray? I was like, girl, I don't need to say anything else. You have said it all. So we started laughing, and this was my friend again. This was the presence of her. And she said, how did I get so pulled in that I didn't know how to get out? I said, but you did know how to get out because you called me. I said, it was in such perfect timing. Normally, I would not have had my phone out here with me, but I did. And I heard the call. So understand this. I mean, these are the things I think we forget to take note of. We forget to recognize in that moment that God was working, that you thought that it was just a phone call, but it was such an alignment that took place that I was out watering the plants at that time, that I heard the phone call, that I stayed in the presence while you worked through your anger and frustration, and I stayed focused. And when our focus joined together in this dynamic presence, the breeze of the universe came blowing through. Everything was working together for our good. I said, we must start to acknowledge those moments, because those moments will remind us how magnificent, how sweet the nectar of spirit is, and how we think it has to be this big thing, but there are these constant little breadcrumbs all throughout our day. And when we don't recognize the breadcrumbs, we can go through a whole day and think God wasn't here. God didn't hear my voice today. God didn't recognize that I was upset today. Spirit, God, source, whatever you want to call it, didn't hear me. And these are the times, because as we build that up, we start to recognize how spirit plays and talks with us throughout our day. How you can walk down the street and a dog can break loose and come and just lick you up. I'm just loving you up. Just to bring a smile to your face. So once we finished, she said, it's really funny that part of me wants to go back and look at the news. Part of me wants to call another friend of hers that is very much into politics and loves to discuss and debate. And I said, why is that? Why do you think right now you're feeling the call to dip into something that you know is going to upset you? And she said, honestly, I think I'm just used to it. I think that when I feel good, I have to have something that feels bad. I said, that is a beautiful thing to recognize, because until we recognize some of our old strings that are playing with us, until we recognize some of the old chaotic, um, um, uh, hamster like mindset going on, until we recognize that, we can't release it. We say it's just what I do. It's just how I roll. It's just a part of me. My family did it. My mother did it. My father did it. My husband does it. My kids. We use every excuse we can to stay in the hamster rolling around, knowing that it does not feed the joy of us. It takes the joy away. And then, of course, the people that we connect with during that time, if you believe in the law of attraction, they meet you right there. They're ready. They've been waiting for you. So, in these times right now, where I'm asking the question, where am I? Can I trust what I hear? Can I trust what I feel? Those are important questions for me, because I recognize, can I trust what I hear? Well, if I'm hearing from the outside world, I'm going to be hearing a lot of different things. Can I trust what I feel? Your feelings never lie to you. If you're upset, you are upset. Whether you feel it's justified or not, you're upset. If you're feeling happy, you're feeling happy. Our feelings are there as these magnificent guide to let us know what we are feeling and thinking. Sometimes before you can be aware of what you're thinking, you're feeling it. You're feeling it. So you want to ask yourself the question, where am I? What am I doing? Am I accepting change, or am I fighting change? Am I fearful of the change? Do I think the change is wrong? Or am I excited about what is coming? What is giving birth? What am I giving birth to daily? Ernest Holmes had this beautiful saying, life is infinite energy coupled with limitless creative imagination. It is the invisible essence and substance of every visible form. It is the invisible essence and substance of every visible form. Its nature is goodness, truth, wisdom, and beauty, as well as energy and imagination. Our highest satisfaction comes from a sense of conscious union with this invisible life. All human endeavor is an attempt to get back to first principles, to find such an inward wholeness that all sense of fear, doubt, and uncertainty vanishes. When I read that, I said, wow, we as a universe, as a country, as a people are there right now. There's a mighty change that's being called forth. And the change is one of our natural human essence. It's of goodness, it's of truth, it's of wholeness, and it is of a humanity that works for all. And we have been living from a space that's been divided and separated, and we can no longer. The fear of losing what you may thought you had, the fear of not knowing. This is that time to recognize that what you do know is that God is all that there is. Source is all that there is. So this invisible presence, this divine invisible presence that is within each and every one of us, no matter what our color, race, creed, sexuality, it's in everything. I love that we keep finding ways to separate ourselves so that we have to keep reminding ourselves that there's only one. From men to women, from our sexuality, from our religion and spirituality, from our race and creed and color. We constantly keep thinking that, oh, we're going to find it this time, that this is the door of separation. That has been built off of years and years of fear. And the prayer work that each of us do daily, the conscious work that we all spend our time in, is this awakening now. We are at the mountaintop. We are on the mountaintop of change. And this change is so important. Trust the divine power within you that you cannot lose anything, that God has never given anything and you've lost something else. Whatever your fear that comes up, recognize that it is a human fear, that there is no fear in the kingdom of heaven, and that faith, your faith right now, must become your guide. It must awaken you in the morning and in the afternoon, and when you start to fall asleep, and not physically sleep, but consciously sleep, that it will be faith that will awaken you again to that which is calling forth from each and every one of us. It's not the same call, but it is a call. And some of us are in tune with what is being called forth from us, and some are not. So this is a divine opportunity to say, okay, put your fear aside. Put your faith in gear. Recognize that we all are created equal, that there's a God presence within all of us, no matter where you are in this country, no matter how you got here, no matter what your journey has been, you are a divine and unique emanation of God. And it is our divine duty to recognize that, to see the face of God wherever we go, within everyone, and to be blessed by this divine creative expression, because we came here not to be little old somethings that just shuffle along. We came here to expand consciousness greater than we ever thought could be. And we're here now. So step up to the call. Know that with your faith in hand and with your awareness and your spiritual community, that you can anchor in the truth and that nothing can hurt nor harm you. But you can shine a light of the divine presence of spirit. I'm going to close out with a song that probably most of you know by my dear sister, Ricky Byers, and it's called A Radiant Faith. Radiant faith is my friend today. And I've seen my life in a different way. I'm not excited, and I'm not crawling in despair, but I'm better than I have been. At the center of my soul, the mind, I am calm, I am sure all is well. But I valley shall be exalted. Every mountain lay low. I'm living in the desert, and the roses blooming on the highway. For my God, living on the highway. Oh, my God. Years on the road, so narrow and long, taught me to listen to life's sacred song, and you hear it. Oh yeah, and even if you fall, radiant faith keeps us strong, and it gives us the courage to stand. Every valley shall be exalted, every mountain lay low. I'm living in the desert, God is blooming on the highway. For my God, living on the highway. For my God, already a faith is my friend, and I know that the way has been prepared for me on the highway. No dead end streets on the highway. We gotta do the work on the highway. You're walking in forever on the highway. No things too high on the highway. You hear a cry of angels on the highway. We gotta do the work on the highway. There's no dead end street on the highway. There's no hitchhiking on the highway. You gotta do the work on the highway. Every day's a blessing on the highway. Oh my God, every valley shall be exalted. Every mountain will be laid low. I'm living in the desert, and the road is moving on the highway. Oh my God, living on the highway. Oh my God. We are blooming on the highway. Changes happen every day. Oh, we're blooming on the highway. For your God, my God, for God. Oh, yeah, yeah. We're blooming for my God. Oh, yeah. Oh my God, yeah, 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 yeah. Peace and blessings. I send you so much love, so much love. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you, Gina. Thank you so much. So where are we? What a powerful message. What are we doing? And are we ready to respond to the universal call for the changes that we've prayed for? Put your faith in gear. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So hello, if you weren't here at the beginning, I'm Susan Neidig. I'm a member of the Board of Trustees here at Unity of Bellevue. This is the point in our service when we bless our center with our financial gifts. If you're new to our center, new to our virtual service, yes, we would welcome your financial support, but most importantly, we want to know how we can support you in your awakening to your spiritual nature. So please go on to our website, unityofbellevue.org, click on contact, fill out the form with your name, email, and a brief message letting us know how we can support you. If this is your spiritual home, giving and receiving is a part of our spiritual practice. We give to the source of our spiritual good. And during our current situation, we're finding that many centers, many churches are struggling and actually closing. We are blessed at Unity of Bellevue by you who continue to support us through your pledges and your giving. We need your continued support to assure that the flow of abundance to and from our center remains. To give, you can text, the number is on the screen, or go to our website, unityofbellevue.org, and go click on Give. The Board of Trustees, Reverend Marla, the entire center is grateful for your support. In this consciousness, please confirm our offering affirmation together. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And so it is. Thank you.
We offer up these tithes and offerings with gratitude in our hearts and in our souls. We bless them with divine light and divine love, that they will multiply for the highest and best for this community and for all. We give thanks for the time and talent represented in these gifts, and we know they will help awaken people to their spiritual nature throughout the Puget Sound region and beyond. So that sacred transformation is a reality in our world. And we so look forward to the birthing of the beloved community in a world that works for all, and that is happening even now. We are so grateful. And so it is. Hi, everyone. I have a special announcement that I am going to start off with. Our beloved Kate Rose and family are moving to Gambia on September 2nd this week with Avi and Kaseo, and we are full of heart that they are leaving us, and we are full of heart that they are starting a new chapter in their lives together. And so I want to take the time to just send them with a blessing from all of us. And you can see them on their screen there. I am going to put us in gallery view so they can see all of us blessing them. And just repeat after me. I know that they won't be able to hear you, but they will be able to feel it. So everybody hands up and let us send Kate and family off with our blessings. Kate, Avi, and Kosea, we love you. We bless you. We are so grateful for your presence among us. We send you with light and love from Unity of Bellevue. We send you with divine presence and protection. We know that this next chapter in your lives will be a blessing. And we look forward to hearing all about it. We will miss you, and our hearts go with you. So much love. A deep sigh. We welcome you to Unity of Bellevue. If you are visiting with us for the first time, we We are grateful for your presence with us. We want to know that you are welcome with us virtually in this time where we are offering only online services and groups. We want to connect with you if you would so like to do so. And so the best way to do that is to sign up for our weekly e-newsletter. You can do that through our website. You can go to unityofbellevue.org, and at the bottom of every page is a sign-up form for that weekly e-newsletter. That newsletter goes out every Thursday morning, and that has all of our events on that newsletter. So that's the best way to stay in touch. But of course, you can just reach out to us in any way. Give us a phone call, an email, shout out on social media so we know who you are and we can connect with you. Our prayer chaplains today are Lynn Zeller and Jennifer Holt. They will be on the service after we wrap this celebration service up for a virtual prayer circle. So if you have prayer requests, stay on and they will pray with you and for you. They can also take your prayer requests via email, prayerchaplains@unityofbellevue.org, or via our website. Go to unityofbellevue.org/prayer, fill out the prayer request form, and that will go to them. If you want one of them to call you and talk with you, either to pray or just to discuss things, please put that in your message and one of them will reach out. This Wednesday, we have our Wednesday Community Connect, again at 1 p.m. That's a Zoom meeting. You can find the link for that Zoom meeting on our website, unityofbellevue.org/launch. All of our groups have our Zoom links on that page. We'd love to have you join us for our Wednesday Community Connect when we informally check in with each other and help us stay focused on spiritual principles and practices while we walk this pandemic path together. The food truck is happening again this Thursday, 4 to 7. There's a food truck in our parking lot. It is going to be Delfino's Pizza food truck this Thursday. We are helping to support people in food crisis at this time. We are giving with gifts partially from our Super Bowl Sunday gatherings and also gifts from other organizations. We'd love Unity of Bellevue to represent. So if you would love to join us for that, we'd love to have you. Men's breakfast is coming up on Saturday, September 12th. I'm announcing it this week ahead of time because there is a special offering happening after that meeting that they are opening to the entire community. It is a fraud prevention workshop that our own Bob DeWald is offering in association with AARP. It's free and it's focusing on fraud prevention during this time of COVID. So if you would like to join in on that, that will be at 10:15 on Saturday, September 12th. The Zoom link is on our website. Divine Dining, we are still gathering together those recipes. We still have some more recipes coming in. We'd love to have more. And if you want to vote on any of the recipes that have come in, go to our website, download the recipes, try them out. We'll be voting on them later in a Taster's Choice Bake-Off. But in the meantime, just keep sending in those recipes. Next Sunday, we wrap up this fabulous guest speaker, guest musician series we've had. A big thanks to Becca for pulling that all together. We will have Reverend Karen Walker with us next Sunday, and Reverend Marla the Sunday after that. A big thank you also to Gino Walker for blessing us with your soul, with your heart, with your message. It was perfectly needed at this time, and we are so grateful for all that you gift us with. So thank you. Thank you to Susan for co-leading the service and for being our board host today. Thank you to Lynn Zeller for leading us in our meditation service. And thank you also to Jennifer Holt for joining with Lynn in leading the prayer circle after service. Sabrina McFadden has put together our Unity Kids online experience. You can find that on our Unity Kids Facebook page. Okay, let's close out together with our prayer for protection. I'm just going to pull it up and There we go. Let's say it together boldly. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a blessed week. We'll see you next week.
Oh, yeah. Come on. All right, all right, all right. All right, all right, all right. Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. One life living is you and me. Yeah. One life shining is you and me. Yeah. One love loving is you and me. 'Cause God is all there is. All right. One life living is you and me. Yeah. One light shining is you and me. One love loving is you and me. 'Cause God is all there is. I'm shining from the inside out. I'm so happy. I just wanna shout. One life living is you and me. One light shining is you and me. One love loving is you and me. 'Cause God is all there is. One life living is you and me. One light shining is you and me. One love loving is you and me. 'Cause God is all there is. I'm shining from the inside out. I'm so happy. I just wanna shout. One life living is you and me. One light shining is you and me. One love loving is you and me. 'Cause God is all there is.